Right now, this morning, President Trump marks 100 days, but how do Americans feel about his progress? A look at some new numbers. And right now, this morning, dozens of sex offenders living near schools and playgrounds. What parents need to know about gaps in your community's protection.
Plus, we still have about an hour to go for a little bit of rainfall up along I-94. That ends, and eventually we'll get into sunshine through the day later on. And I have more about your forecast coming up in just a moment.
This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Art Jarrett.
It is Tuesday, April 29th. The good news is we made it through the night without blowing away too badly, right?
I know.
Yeah,
my mom used to put rocks in my pockets just to make sure I get around.
I think some people were out there doing that, yeah.
Tell me about that. Now, the winds are going to hold on this morning. They'll still be breezy, holding up to near 40 miles per hour. Then they're going to break down gradually as we go into the late morning hours. Winds will start to subside a bit. You'll see mostly winds getting around, say, 35 to 34 miles per hour. Then we go into the afternoon. Those winds will continue to taper down gradually. We'll still see them about maybe gusting at 28 miles per hour in some cases. And then by the time you get into your evening commute, those winds will be subsided, going right into about the 5 o'clock hour for your commute. That being said, there's a look at that light rainfall I mentioned to you just a moment ago. That's up by Rice Lake and continues to try to get down towards Ladysmith. The thing is, though, this was over Eau Claire about a couple of hours ago. And now it seems to have, still has put a little bit of wet on the ground, but now it seems to try to flirt with them, trying to cross the river again from Rochester and extending over, as you can see, down to La Crosse. That's something else we didn't really notice. It was supposed to stay up to the north, so we could see a little bit of light moisture trying to get into your morning commute, so please be careful about that. You take a wider view, you're seeing more of the severe weather down to the south, getting towards areas by Oklahoma and then to Texas as well. That'll start to move over to Arkansas, build up some moisture, and then eventually this moisture is headed back our way as we get into Wednesday. That will be in the evening hours, then continuing on through Thursday. More about that coming up for you in a moment.
And like we just mentioned, severe weather swept through our area last night. The National Weather Service reporting multiple possible tornadoes across the region, including this likely twister in Winnebago, Minnesota, another one in Eau Claire County. But despite the intensity, power outages are pretty limited this morning. About 6,800 customers, XL customers without power at last check across Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. And a reminder for you, you can track weather around the clock by downloading the First Warn Weather app. That is in the App Store and on Google Play. Some national headlines to get to now. President Donald Trump touting his first 100 days in office as historic with a rally planned later today. But new CBS News polling showing his handling of two of his biggest issues, the economy and immigration, are getting some mixed reviews. The president's trade war has been a key sticking point, though today the administration is expected to make an announcement on the president's 25% tariffs on foreign cars and auto parts. CBS's Jared Hill reports.
Today, President Trump is preparing for a victory lap, celebrating 100 days in office with a rally in Michigan, home to the nation's big three automakers. The trip, as reports say his Commerce Secretary indicates, the administration is set to ease the 25% tariffs on car companies, something the president hinted at earlier this month.
I'm looking at something to help some of the car companies.
The president of General Motors praised President Trump's leadership, but new CBS News polls show more than 60% of Americans are concerned the president is too focused on tariffs and not enough on lowering prices. 53% of respondents feel the economy is actually getting worse.
Donald Trump is crashing the economy.
Congressional Democrats are seizing on the president's sliding poll numbers, which he dismissed as fake news. The Trump administration is also claiming wins on the border, lining the driveway of the White House with signs of people they say were unauthorized immigrants arrested over the past 100 days. 56% of people who responded to a recent CBS News poll approve of the president's plan to deport immigrants who enter the country illegally, but only 49% like what he's doing with immigration as a whole.
The White House defending its immigration actions after criticism over 3 unborn children, one of them with cancer, were deported to Honduras. When asked about possible mistaken detentions, President Trump said nothing will ever be perfect in this world. And Wisconsin families who depend on Medicaid could soon feel the pinch as House lawmakers propose some major funding changes.
No matter what, because Medicaid is so important in the healthcare infrastructure, it will have impact on providers.
The House plan introduces a per-person funding cap, limiting resources for each Medicaid enrollee. Wisconsin stands to lose almost $17 billion in federal health care dollars over the next decade under this proposal. Breaking overnight, Mark Carney sweeping to victory as Canada's newest prime minister. The Liberal Party leader stepping into that role after Justin Trudeau resigned. This marks the fourth consecutive Liberal Party win at Canada's highest office. Carney, a former central banker who has never held any office, directly challenged President Trump in his victory speech, responding to recent claims that Canada could become the 51st state.
As I've been warning for months, America wants our land, our resources, our water, our country. Never. But these are not idle threats. President Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us.
Canada's Liberal Party also projected to hold a slim minority in Parliament. Turning now to a developing story out of Illinois. 4 children are dead after a car plowed through an after-school camp near Springfield yesterday. That happened in Chatham when a vehicle smashed through the building, entering through one wall and exiting another. Authorities confirm all 4 victims were between the ages of 4 and 18. Several others were hurt. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker released a statement overnight calling the incident horrifying and unspeakable, noting that parents said goodbye to their children yesterday, not knowing it would be their last time. State police are now working with local authorities to determine a cause. 1 person is dead, another hospitalized following an Eau Claire house fire yesterday. Fire crews arrived around 6 a.m. to find the home engulfed in flames. 2 people were inside. 1 victim died at the scene. The other was transported to the hospital with injuries.
It was going up pretty fast, and I was surprised how quick the fire department got here. And if they didn't, I don't know, if they didn't get here that fast, it would have gone up pretty quickly.
Still no word on what may have caused the fire. A Toma man is in custody after a weekend stabbing. Police arrested 51-year-old Edwin Ross in Black River Falls after he allegedly stabbed someone during a domestic dispute Saturday. The victim was treated at the hospital and released. Ross, who has prior domestic abuse convictions, remains in the Monroe County Jail awaiting formal charges. The Texas man accused of having sex with a 16-year-old girl in a Sparta hotel is bound over for trial. 31-year-old Eric Corona Aborto allegedly met that victim online playing Minecraft and began texting. Police say the victim told them they met and had sex. His bond is set at $100,000. Do you know who's living next door? In Wisconsin, many communities, a convicted sex offender could be living closer than you realize, and state laws designed to protect you aren't as thorough as we all think. News 8 Now's Ken Kozarowski reports.
Welcome to Main Street, Black River Falls, a picture-perfect glimpse of Americana. But like a number of small towns in Wisconsin, it has a secret just under the surface. Sex offenders are just around the corner. 48 of them in Black River Falls, according to the state registry, 1% of the total population.
In Black River Falls, Jackson, we're not broken, but it's not something we're proud of.
Black River Falls isn't alone. For years, Sparta saw the Department of Corrections place offenders in their backyard. It's a reality for many communities statewide.
We were having issues with some of these residences just based on where they were placed. Like common sense told you that it was a bad place for these residences. Next to bus stops, next to our schools.
And there was another issue.
Offenders from other areas of the state were then being placed in these residences within our city.
The state has tried to fix that.
State law is very specific that you return to the county you offended in for your first placement when you're under supervision.
And in 2016, Scott Walker signed a bill saying sexually violent persons cannot live within 1,500 feet of any school, child care facility, public park, place of worship, or youth center. But that's it. The only other line of defense is a local ordinance with more restrictions. But only 150 municipalities in Wisconsin have one. Sparta got one 4 years ago. It reaffirms the state's restriction zones, and it blocks offenders from living within 500 feet of any facility for children, daycares, parks, the football field, the swimming pool. But why not just ban every sex offender from living in your town? Federal courts say you can't.
We can essentially block out up to, I think it's 40% or something like that, of the city based on those zones.
If you're truly trying to eliminate sex offenders from your community, the restriction zones work. The other thing is that where do they go if they don't have housing because they're required to be here?
Republicans say Dane and Milwaukee County often have to place offenders in other counties because these zones make finding housing impossible. Black River Falls may not have an ordinance, but this is what their restriction zones look like using state law. They cover a lot of ground.
I think there's positive and negatives of restriction zones. Of course, it's intended to make people feel safe or secure.
Black River Falls officials didn't respond to our interview requests on whether they would consider an ordinance. For Sheriff Waldera, changing a culture of offense goes deeper than an ordinance.
I think it comes down to education. It's usually it's a crime of opportunity where you have either a family member, unfortunately, that's assaulting their family as well as a close neighbor.
Education early to try and fix what's broken.
Smaller communities like Blair and Alma Center have recently created their own ordinances. La Crosse does not have one. And a food service driver is accused of delivering drugs to an inmate at Monroe County's jail. Aramark driver Zachariah Borden allegedly delivered a package containing meth to an inmate Thursday. Security footage shows him delivering that package to inmate Nicholas Haig. Borden faces delivering an article to an inmate and possession charges. He's being held on a $1,200 cash bond. A former Wisconsin prison warden will now face only a misdemeanor in 2 inmate deaths. Randall Hepp was originally charged with felony misconduct after 2 inmates died at the Waupun Correctional. A new plea deal reduces his charge to a misdemeanor. The maximum sentence is now just 30 days in jail. Student athletes across Wisconsin can now turn their talent into income following a major policy shift. News 8 Now's Allison Fergit looks at what this means for local athletes.
We're like the 40th state now that has accepted this, and so it's one of those things that it's a matter of time before it was going to happen.
High school athletes in Wisconsin will soon be able to profit off their name, image, and likeness. WIAA membership schools approved the change after rejecting a similar proposal just last year.
And I think all of us kind of felt that we wanted to have some say in what the law looked like rather than waiting for it maybe potentially get passed through the legislature.
Under the rule change, students can sign endorsement deals, promote products, and make money from working athletic clinics that use their name as a selling point. At the college level, athletes can average between $1,000 and $10,000 a year from NIL deals. Influential Athlete CEO Stephanie Grady says the WIAA change will allow students to take advantage of the same opportunities their peers have.
It was really a handcuffing of these student athletes where it wasn't a level playing field for them. And these rules stood in their way from being able to make money off of themselves.
While NIL deals have caused controversy at the college level, Wisconsin's high school policy has strict rules around it.
They can't take part of any NIL during the school day or miss any practices or activities because of that. Also, the people that can donate or can sponsor an athlete can't be a booster or associated with the school.
Students are also not allowed to wear their uniforms or make any mention of their school, conference, or the WIAA in their deals. And the WIAA's eligibility rules make it so students can't transfer for better NIL opportunities. While Service believes only a few students will be impacted, he says it's important for schools to inform families of the change.
It's going to be all about educating people. And I think that's the next step for us as activities directors, get the word out to our families so that everybody's aware of what they can do and what they can't do.
Reporting in La Crosse, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now, this morning.
The new rule goes into effect at the end of next month. The time now is 6:13. Still ahead on your morning news. Amazon launching its first internet satellites into space. DHL reinstating U.S. orders over a certain threshold. And check your shelves. There's a recall to let you know about. Is buying or renting the way to go? That is the question. Coming up, we'll have a closer look into which one might be best for you. And for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Volunteers in Nashville are repurposing hundreds of tires in an effort to protect children from speeding cars. Bridgestone Americas has partnered with Tennessee transportation officials to install 350 recycled tires near 3 schools. The colorful barriers create protected bike lanes and safer spaces for students and parents. Project leaders will monitor results and gather community feedback on the innovative safety measure. And as you start to wake up this morning, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with the city where Lay's potato chips and cotton candy were both invented. That is the Music City, of course, Nashville, Tennessee. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is coming up.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Shop Wisconsin's best deals at Black River Furniture Outlet. Find unbeatable prices on sectionals, big or small, to fit every home. Great savings on Ashley sofas and love seats. Style and comfort at a price you'll love. Check out our wide selection of reclining and power furniture, plus custom options from Best Home Furnishings. Experience top-tier comfort with Catnapper Furniture, where relaxation is key. Black River Furniture Outlet, your upholstery headquarters. Family values, veteran-owned, and no corporate hassle. Open 7 days a week in Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
As I deteriorated, I needed something that would allow me to go from floor in the garage to floor in the home. Jason helped introduce to me all sorts of accessibility equipment. I have no questions about credibility and research. Personally, if somebody was asking me, I would say, here's who I would call.
Hi, I'm Jason with Access Elevator. Stop in and see us today.
Hey, Dominic here to tell you that we have rubs. We have a chicken and pork rub, we have a sweet chicken and pork rub, and we have a beef rub. Our rubs cover everything from chicken wings to complex briskets. For some amazing pulled pork, take a pork butt, coat with mustard, season with the sweet chicken and pork rub, smoke at 225 degrees to an internal temp of 200 degrees. Let it rest and pull it apart. It's gonna take a while, so make a Bloody Mary using Please Name Bloody Mary mix. I don't think a day could get much better.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Señor Villa. At Señor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Señor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Señor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
The Menards Garden Center has everything you need to grow a beautiful and healthy lawn. Make it stand out with our wide selection of grass seed. Pick up a 20-pound bag of Schultz grass seed mix for $49.99 after rebate. Keep your lawn looking its best with Menards Premium 4-part fertilizer program. It's comprised of what you need all year long. Buy now and save for the season. Get all 4 for under $40 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
All right, well, good morning to you. As we get into it, here's what we're looking at. The radar showing rainfall still up to the north. Ladysmith holding on to that. Some of it's trying to trickle down, trying to get back to Eau Claire like it was a couple of hours ago, and then try to get closer to areas right by the central portion by La Crosse, getting into Black River Falls as well in Sparta. We'll keep an eye on that for you. You can see it's got a component to it that's all the way out to Mankato, and so we'll see how attributed that is to bring some rainfall back down to the ground for us. All right, that being said, let's take a look at what's going on here. We'll go back into how this plays out for La Crosse. You've got the cloud cover carrying all the way through the mid-morning hours. We'll see that go right into the late morning hours and into the afternoon. We've got some sunshine coming in with a glimmer of hope. The skies go down to at least mostly cloudy to start. We'll see Eau Claire is holding on to those clouds all the way through the areas with temperatures in the 40s. We'll pick up 48 by the noon hour. Partly cloudy skies for you. The winds themselves still pushing at about, say, up to 15 miles per hour and then kind of tapering gradually. Gusts will be a little bit higher, as I mentioned, to near 30s. We'll hold on to today where you're looking at the temperatures, the highs, 54 in Ladysmith, 58 in Eau Claire. Winona at 60 degrees, more 60s for La Crosse. Who's getting 60s? You get a, no, I can't do that. 60 over in Sparta. We get back down to the core, 60 degrees there, and then Viroqua about 59 degrees for you. As we finish out going into how this all shapes up for tomorrow, you're looking at 5 a.m. You got the sunshine coming in all the way through the sunrise time and then continuing on into the early afternoon with partly to mostly cloudy skies in your forecast. As far as Eau Claire is concerned, you're looking at the possibility of La Crosse is concerned. You're looking at possibility of partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies with temperatures still in the 60s. Get out and enjoy it if you can. Have a wonderful day.
In your morning consumer news, the battle for your internet connection heating up as Amazon launches its first satellites to challenge Elon Musk's Starlink. The tech giant has successfully deployed 27 internet satellites as part of its Project Kuiper. This marks Amazon's first step toward placing more than 3,000 satellites in orbit to deliver fast, affordable broadband. Until now, Elon Musk's Starlink controlled most of the satellite internet market. And global shipping company DHL says it will restart shipments worth more than $800 from businesses to consumers in the U.S. The resumption is effective immediately. The company said the pause was due to a significant increase in red tape at customs following the introduction of Trump's tariffs, but they say that those regulations have now been adjusted. And the Mauna Loa company is voluntarily recalling some of its nuts. Dark chocolate-covered macadamias are being recalled due to the possible presence of undeclared almonds and cashews. The Best By dates are July and October 2026. The nuts were distributed to multiple retail stores, including here in Wisconsin. For decades, owning a home has been part of the American dream, but now as prices and mortgage rates remain high, it's a dream that many just can't afford. Jen Sullivan looks at the cost to buy versus renting a home.
The cost of living continues to rise across the country. In March, the median existing home sale price climbed to over $400,000. That's nearly 3% higher than a year ago, according to the National Association of Realtors. And home sales have dipped as a result, with many buyers wondering if they can even afford a home.
Affordability continues to be the biggest barrier for Americans trying to achieve home ownership.
Alex Gailey is an analyst at the consumer finance company Bankrate. They recently found on average, renting a home is cheaper than paying a mortgage in all 50 of the largest U.S. metro areas.
We know home prices have skyrocketed in the last few years because we saw that big pandemic boom. And we also know mortgage rates have risen dramatically.
The median monthly mortgage payment in March was about $2,800, according to Redfin. Mortgages typically include property taxes and home insurance costs. Whereas the median rent was about $1,600, but rentals often tend to be smaller.
There's a lot of upfront costs that you don't have to deal with renting that can be financially beneficial for you, even if you are missing out on building equity through a home.
There is some good news. The further you live from a major city, the price gap between buying and renting a home narrows. And many experts predict home sale prices will come down in the next few years as more inventory comes onto the market.
And that was a look at your consumer news this morning. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
Okay, as away we go with this, you're looking at the possibility of winds still holding on to your forecast through the day and through the afternoon as well. We'll get into the better part of this and into the early evening begins to break down. 7 a.m. though, we're showing you it's 29 to 30 miles per hour to 32 miles per hour in some cases, across 31. These will continue to drop gradually as we go out of the northwest with these winds. Eventually, we're holding on to temperatures, or winds holding on to the 20s. You can see them going on at least 26 miles per hour for Viroqua, 22 for Eau Claire, around 20 miles per hour, and then tapering down once we get into the evening hours for you. You'll get into how this all plays out here. What you're looking at here, we're looking at the possibility of more of this rainfall coming in. I'll show you as we finish out for today. You're looking at Tuesday at 4:15, gradual clearing of skies walking through the area there. We'll also see as we hold on to the evening going into the midnight hour into Wednesday, or I should say, you're looking at the possibility of clouds returning as we go right through sunrise time. They become cloudy eventually through the day and holding on to increasing clouds with the potential for rainfall. As we get in the 4 o'clock hour, look to the south. By 6 o'clock, we've got rainfall popping into the picture. So that means about 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, the showers are here. They continue to lift up all the way up to Sparta, Viroqua, and then eventually they kind of taper off to the northeast. So they spread out, becoming light to moderate rainfall in the forecast for your tail end of your evening commute. And you can see it coming back and exploding a little bit more so once you get into the morning hours for Thursday. That continues to press on the outer rim of the region here to the east. So you've got some wet roadways coming up from the south all the way up to Viroqua in the central portion, to Black River Falls and Sparta. La Crosse will be in that as well, but I don't think you'll have a lot, so you'll have more along the lines of mist, maybe some drizzle in the forecast. By 10 o'clock, you've got the rainfall coming back to the north, and that starts to slide all the way back down to the south again, pushing in by the midnight hour, going into at least 1 o'clock, maybe even 3 o'clock, where some light rainfall continue to stretch across the region. As far as that's concerned, we get into the rainfall for Wednesday night, getting into Thursday. You see that picking up. You see that rainfall coming in as we go into Friday at 1 a.m. You see at least maybe 3/4 of an inch of rainfall, or a lot less as you get more toward the river. You're seeing La Crosse maybe at 1/10 of an inch or less. As far as that's concerned, you're also looking at some more rainfall coming back again as we go right through it here. Here's a better view of it here, with highs Wednesday getting into at least 65 to about, I should say, down to 63 degrees. We have those widespread, widespread conditions coming in your forecast. We're also picking up for Friday sunshine, a little bit on the cooler side with 62 degrees. Sunshine comes in with a little morning rainfall. Then the weekend rolls in. We're in the upper 60s, the middle 70s in your forecast.
Coming up, a girl's cells may unlock autism secrets. Meet 4-year-old Fiona and the doctor turning her blood into brain neurons. The science giving families new hope after your morning sports.
Coming up in the Blitz, a massive blow for the Bucks as they prepare to avoid elimination against the Pacers tonight. Plus, a former top 10 draft pick signing with the Packers.
Hello, I'm Christy Halenka, Reading Program Chair at Viterbo University. Viterbo is proud to serve our area communities by providing programs that produce quality educators and leadership in our schools. Viterbo University is once again partnering with News 8 to recognize outstanding classroom teachers in the area. We look forward to working with generations of teachers and change agents for years to come. Do you know a top-notch teacher? Then go online to news8000.com or write to this address.
The camper. It has been a reliable companion for your family's good times. But after years of use, it has shown some wear and tear. A broken window from an errant baseball, a couch that your dog allegedly chewed on, and an AC unit that doesn't work like it should. It's time to call Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. We have been improving your family's camper since 1970. Call us today and we will make your camper feel brand new. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
Cut! I get it. Slow motion. Slow down geographic atrophy. But we don't need gimmicks.
Stick to the facts. GA, the advanced form of dry AMD, can irreversibly damage your vision.
But Syfovre is an FDA-approved eye injection that gives you the power to slow GA.
Syfovre was proven to slow GA lesion growth over 2 years with increasing effect over time. It's the only treatment to slow GA in as few as 6 doses per year.
Don't take Syfovre if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye that may include pain and redness or are allergic to it. Syfovre can cause severe allergic reactions. Other serious side effects are eye infection and retinal detachments, severe inflammation of vessels in the retina, which may result in severe vision loss, wet AMD, eye inflammation, and an increase in eye pressure. Most common side effects are eye discomfort, wet AMD, small specks floating in vision, and blood in the white of the eye. Tell your doctor right away if you have any side effects.
Act on facts to slow GA. Ask your retina specialist about Syfovre.
Nope, just the facts.
Well, 2 nights ago, the Bucks fell behind 3-1 in their first-round series with the Pacers dropping Game 4 by 26 points on their home courts. But the air was sucked out of the building about halfway through the first quarter when a loose ball was bouncing towards Damian Lillard, who lost his footing, went down in a heap with a non-contact injury. Yesterday, it was confirmed that the injury was what many thought it was at first glance, which is a torn left Achilles. So after rehabbing from a blood clot in his right calf, he now suffers this, which has him out for the rest of the playoffs and more than likely a big chunk of next year. Just a horrible break for one of the most exciting and well-respected players in the league.
He's just such a great freaking dude, like on a basketball level, but more important, like as a teammate and a father and all that stuff. And you know, no one deserves it, but golly, you just look at him, and so that's why I feel bad.
I believe in bad luck, man. I'm too blessed to believe in bad luck.
think everything happens for a reason, and obviously I wish Dame the best. We love him. We're gonna support him. We just gotta keep on moving forward, man.
The Bucks will look to avoid elimination here tonight against the Pacers. Other news involving the Packers. Ian Rappaport of NFL Network reporting that Green Bay and Isaiah Simmons have agreed to a one-year deal. Back in 2020, Simmons was drafted 8th overall by the Arizona Cardinals. In over 84 games, he has 5 interceptions, 9 forced fumbles, 8.5 sacks, and 15 tackles for loss. It is unknown what role Simmons will have in Jeff Hafley's defense, but seems like a relatively low-risk move for the green and gold. But that'll do it for the Blitz. See you back here later tonight.
Right now at Home Sleep Express, get up to $900 off select Beautyrest Black adjustable sets and choose a free gift with purchase. Plus, pay no interest for 5 years and get free white glove delivery. Beautyrest Black and free gift with purchase. Now at Home Sleep Express.
Get an 11% rebate on your landscape project at Menards. Save time and money with rubber mulch. With color that lasts up to 12 years, you can stop annual mulching and enjoy your landscape. Get yours today for $4.99 after rebate. Finish touching up your garden this spring with Mastermark. Create a clean and elegant look with lawn edging. This no-dig edging kit is just $14.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Bathroom Remodeling. The Board Store is your one-stop shop for bathroom remodeling. We're a VA-approved provider for veterans as well as meeting the needs of all homeowners. Just replace the tub or shower? We offer acrylic, solid surface and tile, and all the desirable fixtures and accessories. New cabinets, sink, toilet, flooring. It's all here in our showroom. Designers who help you plan provide a clear proposal at a firm price. Carpenters, plumbers, electricians to do it right and on time. Bathroom Remodeling, The Board Store. More than you expect for less than you thought.
Stop into Pischke Motors West Salem or Pischke Motors La Crosse now to get employee pricing for all for a limited time only. Get your favorite Jeep, Ram, Dodge, or Chrysler during their Freedom of Choice pricing program. Employee pricing for all means anyone can get exclusive employee pricing on these new vehicles. This opportunity won't last long, so stop into Pischke Motors now. This offer ends April 30th. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
It's a game of patience, focus, discipline, the late nights, the early mornings, the constant refinement, all for your next best shot. From custom fittings to expert advice, Shields is your partner in pursuit of perfection, because we chase it too. Building your next best shot starts with Shields.
Right now at Homeworld Rugs, get 10% off Area Rug sale prices. Choose from many different shapes, sizes, and patterns, with Area Rug experts in every showroom to help you find the perfect rug. 10% off Area Rugs, going on now at Homeworld Rugs.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. In your morning medical news, the Trump administration says nearly $500 million in grants to study the transgender community have been canceled. A new White House memo details steps the administration has taken to comply with a January executive order banning the federal government from funding or facilitating gender-affirming care for children. The memo also says of the hundreds of research and education grants the Department of Health and Human Services has canceled, 215 were focused on the transgender community. Those grants totaled $477 million. A new study finds phthalates might be much worse than previously known. It shows those chemicals may have contributed to more than 10% of all deaths from heart disease in 2018. The problem is phthalates inflame coronary arteries, which can accelerate heart disease. The bigger problem is phthalates are widely used in plastics, so they're everywhere. Experts say it's best to use glass containers to store your food, use unscented detergent, and fresh fruits are better than canned. You can also wash your hands frequently to remove phthalates. April is Autism Acceptance Month, and a doctor in Connecticut could be on the cusp of an important breakthrough that could change the way we think about the disease. His path to success has paved by scientific advancements and a remarkable 4-year-old girl. Roger Suzanin shares their story.
4-year-old Fiona Vanderhoof will melt your heart. But despite her magnetic smile, she's faced many challenges in her short lifetime.
When it really started to become time for kiddos to sit up or crawl or walk, like there was definitely different things that were not typical.
Fiona's mom, Jackie, knew something wasn't right. Eventually, doctors diagnosed Fiona with a rare form of autism, DUP15Q, which is caused by a piece of an extra chromosome.
When I found out, oh, this isn't fixable, this is lifelong, it was, absolutely, it really was shattering to me.
Fiona is developmentally delayed and mostly nonverbal, but she's improved through extremely hard work. She can now even say a few words. Her daughter's determination motivates Jackie to keep fighting.
I want to help every child that has DUP15Q today.
This is a picture of Fiona's cells grown as neurons in vitro in a dish.
The Vanderhoofs sent Fiona's blood cells to UConn School of Medicine neuroscience professor and world-renowned autism researcher, Dr. Eric Levine.
We can attach electrodes to them, and we can record their electrical activity.
Dr. Levine uses groundbreaking new technology to reprogram Fiona's blood cells into neurons that perfectly mirror her brain cells, which allows Levine to explore possible causes of autism and hopefully find better treatments.
So the cells can be used for discovering what's wrong, and then also as a screen for seeing what drugs or other medicines might be effective in reversing it.
It's kind of amazing. She donated those cells before she was a year old. And just to think that if that's her legacy, if that's my legacy.
Jackie's biggest hope to improve quality of life for kids like Fiona.
The CDC estimates 1 in 31 children in this country has autism. As families struggle with rising housing costs, La Crosse's Housing Week is working to connect residents with solutions. The 5-day event brings together Habitat for Humanity, Cooley Cap, and other partners to address the crisis. A recent study shows La Crosse needs more than 200 new housing units yearly through 2030 to meet demand.
If you think about our historic core, we have a much more dense housing supply and more units on smaller lots, and we can afford to do something like that again to provide more housing for folks who work here at Mayo or work at Gunderson or at the university.
If you'd like to volunteer at the event this week, email volunteer@habitatlacrosse.org. UWL occupational therapy students experienced firsthand the challenges their future patients face during a special Dining in the Dark event. Students took turns eating meals while blindfolded, navigating the simple task of lunch without their vision. The exercise helps future therapists better understand how to support patients with visual impairments. Participants say experiencing these challenges directly transforms how they'll approach patient care in their careers.
Important to know, not everyone has the same perspective on life that we do, that it's important to think outside the box and really, get to know your client, hear what they're going through so that, you're supporting them the best way that you can.
This was the 4th annual Dining in the Dark event. And the draft numbers are in. Green Bay officials originally predicted a 3-day attendance of 250,000. According to the NFL figures, they more than doubled that. 600,000 people ended up showing up. It is short, though, of last year's draft in Detroit.
Really strong attendance in spite of some spotty weather on Thursday and Friday. I think the NFL is going to take another look at Green Bay when the time's right.
Green Bay officials say we won't know how much money the draft brought to Titletown's local economy until June. We'll send it over now to Art. He's got an update on our forecast.
All right, sunshine on the way for you today. Taking the kids to school, you're looking at sunshine. If you're up in Eau Claire, you may see a few more clouds kind of sneaking around there for you, as well as down to the south. We're holding on to some of those clouds this early morning. And then as we get into it, you're looking at those clouds lingering all the way into the mid-morning hours, where you're looking at sunshine starting to break through at least mostly cloudy skies to finish out the morning hours going into your afternoon. You're looking at 40s widespread to 52 at the noon hour for La Crosse. Eau Claire, on the other hand, you've got the cloudiness going right into school as well, holding on to the possibility of about 45 degrees by the time you get in the 10 o'clock hour, so gradually warming you up. 48 degrees by the noon hour. Sunshine peaks in for you there. We'll also hold on to the high temperatures for the day. Winona at 60, Eau Claire at 58 degrees, La Crosse at 60 here. You'll see a more mix of these mid to upper 50s working in the area to the low 60s, and then down to the south, possibly low 60s in the forecast for you today. We'll also pick up again as we go right into how this all plays out for tomorrow. We've got mostly clear skies coming in, so we're clearing out the skies tonight. We're going to keep those clouds slowly but surely kind of sneaking around in the morning hours, holding on to at least some sunny skies to partly cloudy skies to finish out the morning. Then we see a gradual increase of clouds on the way. Temperatures rising back in the middle 60s or so. We'll hold on to the same for La Crosse as well, getting into increasing clouds gradually through the morning hours and into the afternoon, getting up to mostly cloudy skies, with temperatures still holding on to the 60s in your forecast. That's a look at your forecast. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. A night of elegance, connection, and maybe even a flying monkey or two. We've got your exclusive first look at the event that has everyone buzzing, coming up at the Y after the break.
If nagging, persistent joint pain has upended your life, listen, there's a solution for long-lasting relief. No surgery, drugs, or downtime. QC Kinetics uses a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and more. QC Kinetics targets the source of your pain, not just the symptoms. Thousands of patients have experienced life-changing results, and they're right here. Find out if you're a candidate for this game-changing therapy. Call QC Kinetics today for a free consultation.
We have a very special bond, I think, as a family. Spectrum is the connecting thread to everything we do.
It provides us with reliability, lightning speeds, and allows us to do what we need to do in our lives.
From school to homework to entertainment, Spectrum's the perfect match for me and my family.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
It's time to say not so fast chronic kidney disease. Because with a progressive disease like CKD, slow is good. And believe me, I know all about slow. That's why I'm here to tell you about Jardiance. It's a little pill proven to slow the progression of CKD and reduce the risk of kidney failure, which can lead to dialysis.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired, and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
So go on, say not so fast CKD. Ask your doctor about Jardiance for chronic kidney disease.
I would never forget the picture that I have. I'm the only one that's not smiling. Even though I'm with my close friends, I felt alone. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel confident. When I got Invisalign, I built my confidence. It was the best investment that I could do.
Let River City Grill in Winona, Minnesota be your new go-to dinner destination. We provide exceptional service no matter the occasion. From date nights to family outings with the kids, we have something for everybody at the table. Enjoy one of our 23 tap beers and pair it with a burger and fries during our happy hour from 2 to 6 p.m. Or, for a fine dining experience, try our salmon and steak entrees paired with our amazing signature cocktails. River City Grill, located in Winona, Minnesota. Call or book an online reservation today.
All All right, let's get into this real quick here as we start off to your day here. We've got cloudy skies working into the forecast this afternoon, or I should say today. By the afternoon, we're going to lose that cloud cover, get into some sunshine for you. We'll hold on to the breezy winds going through the morning hours, possibly up to near 40 miles per hour, then gradually taper them down as we go into your day today. And then eventually, by the time we get into your evening commute, those winds won't even be an issue. You'll hold on to at least Wednesday, looking at more clouds on the way. So we're going to look at least mostly cloudy to cloudy skies. Rainfall pops in the picture, say around the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock hour for tomorrow and the PM hours. So going into your evening commute, it may be wet, but most of that may slip over to the east, but it's kind of brushing our region mostly. We'll hold on to this as we get into Tuesday here. Temperatures from the widespread 50s getting into the 60s in your forecast, and I'm talking low 60s possible. We'll clear out the skies gradually as we do this, as I just told you. You see a nice little break shooting right through there, bringing in some westerly winds and opening up the skies a bit for us. We'll get in the 7 o'clock hours. We finish out going through the sunrise time, sunset time. We're also looking at overnight. We're looking at clearing skies still lingering there, but that changes. Look at that, all the way into sunrise for the following day. We're looking at the possibilities of cloudiness, the mostly cloudy skies working in the forecast, limited cloud cover up to the north as far as cloudiness is concerned. And you see more coming on the way for Wednesday. That'll increase as we go right back into Wednesday in the evening hours, with rainfall popping in the picture around 6 o'clock or so. That starts to sneak up, kind of gets all the way up to La Crosse, possibly down to the south side there, sneaks over to Sparta, and Viroqua was in that continuously, pretty much gets the better part of that with light to moderate rainfall associated with that. That curves off to the east and northeast, with that moderate rainfall working out of the region, but still continuing to go from Wisconsin Dells to Madison. We break it off, and then we have more rainfall coming in from the west, crossing the Mississippi. As it does, it gets right up to Ladysmith, extends all the way northward, and then back down to the central portion of the region with lighter rainfall in the forecast. That continues to tighten up a little bit. We're seeing some light rainfall try to hit the ground going farther south. This carries over into Friday as we go into the midnight hour, and then continuing on all the way into near sunrise, with rainfall possibly trying to get back again as we go through the afternoon, and then maybe into the early afternoon hours, about 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the forecast. As far as rain is concerned, you saw what's going in for tomorrow, and then as we go right into Wednesday night going into Thursday, finishing out Thursday night, you're looking at rainfall to be maybe 3/4 of an inch or less in your forecast. Taking it out to how this all plays out for the next few days, as I mentioned before, we'll go right back into how conditions will be a much lighter, and we'll hold on to the possibility of at least these temperatures to warm up going to your weekend, with 69 degrees for us here locally, to the middle 70s on the way, and then 80s going into the middle portion of next week.
Thank you, Art. New this morning, click your ruby slippers. We're off to see the Wicked Fun Gala. Glamour, good food, and a great cause. And we're joined this morning by some organizers from the La Crosse area YMCA, Nikki and KJ, to tell us more about it. Good morning to you both. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Happy to see you in our Wicked Green and Pink.
That's right.
We're almost in it. We almost matched. Art's almost there.
I blew it.
It's like almost there. He can sing, though. He'll sing to make up for it. So what should we know? When is the gala? What should we expect?
Yeah, so our annual spring gala is next Thursday, May 8th at the La Crosse Center.
Okay.
Doors will open at 5 p.m. and we'll have a cocktail hour, and then the program will start at 7 p.m.
Okay, great to know. We've got that info up on the screen too for people.
Yeah, how do we get tickets?
So you can go to our website at laxymca.org for tickets, and I would recommend going on sooner rather than later because we are almost sold out.
Okay, all right, good to know there. You got to get them while you can. And what made you choose Wicked for this year's event?
Yeah, well, we have a committee that helps to put this event together, made of community members, board members, and we start working on this event in November.
Okay, wow.
So it's a lot of time that goes into this. So the committee we always toss around several themes. The committee, one of our committee members suggested Wicked, and it felt like such a fun theme, and we fully embraced it.
Yes, looks like you guys are having fun with it for sure.
Well, tell us about the sponsors. What's going on with them?
Sure. So our event this year is presented by Dave and Barb Erickson. They have always been just wonderful supporters of the Y in this event for the last 4 years. Dahl Automotive and Dairyland Power are also two of our top sponsors for the event. But we have a really long list of very generous sponsors who are really helping to make this event possible. We honestly couldn't do it without them, and we're just so grateful.
Okay, yeah, we know that the community really comes together for these kinds of things. And so where does our money go when we purchase tickets for this event?
Absolutely. So this event is all funds the annual campaign. So the annual campaign really supports all areas of the Y. It makes sure that memberships are accessible for everyone in our community. It supports our food program, which provided 328,000 meals last year.
Wow.
It was a 64% increase from the year before, so a really much needed program.
Yeah.
It also supports our mental health initiatives, our youth center, our veterans wellness program, really all areas of the Y, both inside the Y and outside the Y walls as well.
Okay, great. So not only did you get a fun night, you're also really helping our community.
Absolutely.
Okay, and any surprises? Flying monkeys, keep hearing about flying monkeys, sparkly shoes, what should we know there?
Yes, you can count on us fully embracing the Wicked theme. Lots of pink and green for sure will be there. There will maybe be some flying monkeys, so keep an eye out for those. The cocktail hour, we have food from the Waterfront restaurant and games, lots of fun things to see and just take in, and we encourage guests to come casual or embrace the theme. So I think just as many people who are dressed as Glinda and Elphaba will be casually there
Okay,
too.
We
so no
will let
pressure
you
there.
in if you're wearing a blue shirt.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
No pressure to find your costume
I was
art.
trying to find out what the monkeys were all about. People were talking about that yesterday.
The flying monkeys, I know,
monkeys,
it's kind of the buzz of the town. People will just have to show up and see, right?
That's right.
Okay, and why would you encourage people if they're on the fence about getting a ticket? Our last question for you.
Well, the Y serves so many people in our community. We have 24,000 members who join us each day, but we also are doing a lot of really great work outside of the Y walls. We're helping families who are experiencing homelessness through our community health worker program. We have our mobile market food pantry that's out delivering boxes of food to families who could use that support. And so it not only supports things happening in the Y, but also outside in the community as well.
Okay, great work you ladies are doing. Well, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you.
All right, stay with us. We're back right after this.
I'm Vladimir Dutip. Coming up on CBS Mornings, Hawkeye himself, Jeremy Renner, will be here. He nearly died in an accident less than 18 months ago. He'll tell us how his life has changed forever. Coming up on CBS Mornings.
The camper. It has been a reliable companion for your family's good times. But after years of use, it has shown some wear and tear. A broken window from an errant baseball, a couch that your dog allegedly chewed on, and an AC unit that doesn't work like it should. It's time to call Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. We have been improving your family's camper since 1970. Call us today and we will make your camper feel brand new. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
Shut up. Pivot. Shut up. Shut up. Pivot. Shut up. Pivot. Shut up. Pivot. Shut up. Okay, hold on. I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore.
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment.
Pivot in the summer called GNT.
Pivot. Shut up.
Called GNT.
For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Cooley Carpet has always been more than just carpet, and now the name will reflect that. Cooley Floors and Design. Along with the brand new name, there's a fresh new look to the showroom. Don't worry, Cooley Floors and Design still has the same great team at the same convenient location. Ready to elevate your space? The design consultants will take the time to discuss your dreams, needs, and your budget. Cooley Floors and Design will accompany you through every step, from expert advice to professional installation. Visit Cooley Floors and Design on Mormon Cooley Road for a fresh new look.
Find happiness. Find something familiar and new. Find connection. Find culture. Find community. Find yourself at the La Crosse Symphony.
Get your tickets now for Midnight in Paris on May 3rd. Sponsored by TrustPoint at lacrossesymphony.org.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Keep your home clean and spotless with Libman. We've got brooms, mops, and everything in between. Get this nitty-gritty roller mop today for just $10.99 after rebate. Elevate your home with Great Lakes Vinyl Plank flooring. The Legend series is durable, pet-friendly, and waterproof. Plus, it features a sound-reducing attached pad for fast installation. Just $269 per square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
The Brewers are coming to the Cooley region.
To left field.
Jets!
Yeah, you heard that right. All summer long, you can catch the Brewers right here and for free. No pay-per-view, no subscription, just good old reliable free TV the way the baseball gods intended it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the action as News 8 now brings you 10 games throughout the summer.
On, Frelick's there, and he makes the catch.
The Brewers playing here? You're welcome. The Milwaukee Brewers on News 8 Now.
Miss a story or need to watch it again? Find them all on the News 8 Now app.
Welcome back. It's 6:53. Time for your morning news now. A Tacoma man is in custody after a weekend stabbing. Police arrested 51-year-old Edwin Ross in Black River Falls after he allegedly stabbed a victim during a domestic dispute. The victim was treated at the hospital and released. Ross, who has prior domestic abuse convictions, remains in the Monroe County Jail awaiting formal charges. Breaking overnight, Mark Carney sweeping to victory as Canada's new Prime Minister. The Liberal Party leader stepping into that role after Justin Trudeau resigned. This marks the fourth consecutive Liberal Party win at Canada's highest office. Carney, a former central banker, directly challenged President Trump in his victory speech.
As I've been warning for months, America wants our land, our resources, our water, our country. Never. But these are not idle threats. President Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us.
Canada's Liberal Party is also projected to hold a slim minority in Parliament. President Trump reaching a milestone today. It's been 100 days since he was sworn in for his second term. Yesterday, his administration posted 100 signs on the White House North Lawn showing photographs of people officials say were undocumented and arrested for alleged crimes. Later today, the White House is expected to tout the president's progress with the economy. Wisconsin families who depend on Medicaid could soon feel the pinch as House lawmakers propose major funding changes.
Matter what, because Medicaid is so important in the healthcare infrastructure, it will have impact on providers.
The House plan introduces a per-person funding cap, limiting resources for each Medicaid enrollee. Wisconsin standing to lose nearly $17 billion in federal healthcare dollars. Wisconsin's high school sports stars will soon be able to cash in on their talents just like college athletes. The state's athletic association approving name, image, and likeness deals Friday, joining 40 other states with similar policies. While college athletes earn thousands from endorsements, Wisconsin's high school version includes strict safeguards.
They can't take part of any NIL during the school day or miss any practices or activities because of that. Also, the people that can donate or can sponsor an athlete can't be a booster or associated with the school.
Students are also not allowed to wear their uniforms or make any mention of their school, conference, or the WIAA.
All right, local forecast, we're taking it into account. Some breezy winds working through the day. We'll have some gradual clearing of our clouds going through the morning hours, and sunshine gets back into our forecast. We'll also hold on to a 20% chance of morning showers. That'll get out of the way later on today. Wednesday, we're looking at some showers coming back again around the early to middle portion of the afternoon, possibly, maybe even late, picking up even more so into your evening commute. Then we have more of that coming in as well for Thursday. That's pretty much all day, going into the overnight and into Friday around the AM hours, excuse me.
Alaska troopers capture rare daytime fireball streaking across the northern sky. Some dash cam, they're going to rewind it for us. Some dash cam footage shows the brilliant meteor. I haven't seen it. Have you?
No.
I don't have my glasses on. I think I might see it. Yeah. So it's burning through the clouds near Anchorage. A second camera caught an even clearer view. Let's see if we can see this one. Astronomers believe the dazzling display may be a final farewell from the annual Lyrid meteor shower, which peaks each April as Earth passes through ancient comet debris. I bet you would have liked to see that, Art.
I usually do.
You got to just see it through the screen like the rest of them, unfortunately. Thanks for starting your morning with us. We'll see you back here at noon. I don't know. Art's leaving. Thanks for joining us.